We started actually drawing like the same year together, and I think within about 5 or 6 months, his stuff was like, 2 or 3 or 4 times better than mine. And I'm 5 years older, and so I stopped drawing, started playing guitar. I'm like, I'm not gonna compete with that.
He was just messy. Just lots of stuff in his room. He was always taking things apart, and I just remember there always being tools and pieces of things and probably dolls and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, he was great. He was my makeup guy. He's always been really macabre. You've seen him, he's angelic looking. He's still in his late 40s. He looks like a little angel. If you could get underneath all that hair and you get him to shave, you'd have a little boy face there. And he's always been very angelic. And yet there's this little at the back of him.
He doesn't have that big of a fear of death, which is nice. Most people, I think, are really afraid to die, whether they say they are or they aren't. They act like they are.
Maybe he does put this type of art out so he doesn't have to be like that, take this shitty day or this shitty feeling and put it on canvas, oh, it's gone now it's there, it's in a physical form. Let's have someone take it. You want to buy it? It's yours,
This is Chet's. This is how he sees life. This is his slant on existence.
Sometimes I'll just, watch TV and look around, and I think like, my artwork is the only appropriate response to this fucking insane nightmare we live in. It's so out of balance.
If you see what's happening, how humans treat animals, how people treat the planet, treat themselves, we are part of this whole thing. We like to see ourselves separated from the concept of environment, but we are part of it, and we keep acting as if we are separated.
Chet's work invites a deeper reflection and contemplation on the condition of the soul, basically.
It goes back thousands of years. Hieronymus Bosch is still popular, and he was one of the originals. Part of it could be a catharsis. That's what a lot of psychologists have thought horror movies did for people, since movies began, is that when you see it and live it through an art form, you don't have to deal with it personally and yourself.
With all types of art, but in particular dark art, people resonate with how they feel when they look at something. So, not everyone's happy. Not everybody, some people feel alone and isolated, and I feel like when you look at art that reflects that, you might, really embrace it because it reminds you of how you feel yourself, but also that you're not alone and that spaces like that are okay to explore and that it's a human condition.
Actually, those dark artists are light artists because they shed light on those things we don't want to see.
It's sort of like turning a light on in a dark closet to show a kid that there's nothing really there, there's just nothing to be afraid of. They're not something to be afraid of, they're something to be looked at and learned from,